don't think we do any of them. So when you come to be bugging out, stressful situation, you're leaving everything behind, you're heading out into the unknown, hopefully with a plan, hopefully with 1 or 2 to 3 destinations, family, friends, bug out locations, whatever. Have a plan. When you look at bug out bags, think about weight. Weight is speed. The lower the weight, the faster you'll go, the easier you'll go. Aquatabs or something similar. It's got to knock out the 3 things: viruses, bacteria, and also filter it. Take 1 little aquatab, put it in 1 litre of water. This is about 600 mils, pint. 591 mils is probably a pint. And leave it for half an hour in conditions like this, or an hour if it's cold. Not bad, eh? Soya filters. They work well. I would recommend 1 per adult, even 1 per young child. They take time, they're fiddly. There's points of failure when you disconnect the system where you can get infection in. You have to get the water. You have to pour the water into the bottle, as far as I can tell. You can't actually fill the bottle very easily, the soya bag very easily from the lake. So you have to contaminate a bottle. Now if you're organised, you'll have 1 contaminated bottle, right? And you will notice that I did label using plastic rubber bands. So hopefully you haven't contaminated the outside of this, and it's going on this, it's going to drip into the clean. Point of question, how many of you have soya systems? I gave 1 away as a give out to somebody. Have you used it? Have you used it in the stimulated bug out conditions? So if you arrange a hanging system, you can point this and go. Be very careful not to touch the grey end to the contaminated inside of the bottle. Now there is 2 little pieces on here that you could break and use to string up, but I'm reluctant to do that because I think it could have problems. Now if you squeeze it, it goes better. Now what I do is I put some clean water in. To be honest, the lake water I could probably just drink out of it, but beaver fever's no fun. Shake vigorously. Vigorously get rid of. And repeat twice. The second one I'm actually endeavouring to go around the sides of the container. You're starting to see what I'm on about here. If it's a bug out, you want to move fast, you want to move quickly. Being outside is not a great idea. If it's an inch bag situation, where you're going to be outside for weeks, months, which frankly I don't think you can do without resupply. I'd love to see somebody try that. Going in with just what they carry and surviving in these wilderness. Despite the hype, I don't think it can be done. As people have said about Alone, the one who wins is the one who can cope with starvation the best. Okay, so saying you are confident you don't need to over-treat because you don't care about stomach illnesses, which you really should. How long is it going to take to fill a pint? Clock's running. To do it well, remember I'm using a relatively new filter as well. So the longer you use the filter, even with the back flushing, the more pores in the filter will clog, the longer this process will take. So for bug out, I recommend taking Aquatag's chemicals. It's by far the fastest and easiest way of doing it. For a camping trip, I'm hoping that the life straw that I've ordered, which has arrived this week while I'm on camping, will be the way to go. That will process about 15 pints of water by gravity method while I'm busy doing other stuff. I think that's the key thing. In heat conditions in the summer, I'm having to drink between 3 and 4 litres of water a day, which is 6 pints, maybe 7 pints. If I was having to do this for every pint of water, I'm going to get very, very bored with it. Now you could say, well, Hooples, you've got nothing else to do because you don't have any bushcraft skills. In a bug out, do I want to spend 5 minutes processing 1 pint of water? Add to that the point of failure with the filter is that if they get water in them and then they freeze, because you can easily get ground frost here, though not this week, it's been very hot. There you go. That's how long it takes. Got to be careful not to contaminate the grey thing, got to be careful not to contaminate the new bottle of water. The advantages? Well, chemicals. And that was an error. When you first do this, open the spout, not with your mouth, open the spout and squirt some out 3 times. Just in case you get contaminant. Anyway, so what are you planning to use for a bug out? Are you using a Sawyer or one of those expensive hiking systems? They're expensive and they're also a single point of failure. So if you use a Katadyn or similar and they work well for you and you find them quick and efficient, then by all means use them in a bug out. But do take an adequate supply of water purification tablets, because nothing beats being on the go, scooping the water, shoving it in and running away. Now I do have somewhere in my stores a bottle system from the 1990s that actually did the same thing, and I used that on a race in Virginia, trail race, 60-mile trail race through Virginia, and that was very heavily filtered water. It was filthy water, and you just threw it in, put it in and drank it, and it actually worked really well. So I have no idea what that was, but a similar system might work well. They tend to be heavy, and again you've got 1 filter, 1 point of failure, whereas if you've got Aquatabs, you've got 1 tablet per litre, pint and a bit of water. So I would say for bug out, I wouldn't carry one of these for a bug out. I don't see the point to it. For a bug out, I'm only going to be carrying Aquatabs. The weight differential, the ease of use, outweighs the addition of chemicals for the length of the bug out. Obviously an inch bag move when you're going for weeks to months to maybe years, some people claim, away from their home, unsupported, only what they initially carry in. What you probably would want is a much higher grade filter, like one of the Katadyn camping systems. But even so, while you're on the go, when you're moving, I would go with Aquatabs. Deep from the South Ontario forest. I'll give you a little panorama, it's quite beautiful. Morning's my favourite time. There's my BioLite recharging its battery. Just beautiful. Au revoir.
From the Himalayas of your mind to New Orleans, to the blue on the street, loose and complete under skies of smoky blue-gray.